Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We start with live pictures from downtown Detroit. The forewarned weather team tracking snow for part of the weekend.
But our top story is breaking news coming from Detroit Police Chief Todd Bettison.
We have a suspect in custody for the triple homicide on Exel. The person matched the description of the suspect that we were looking for.
And Chief Bettison made that announcement at a news conference this afternoon.
Let's get right out to Jay Scott Smith. He's live in the newsroom. Jay, we've been hearing rumblings about a person of interest. This confirms it.
Absolutely, it does, Kim. In fact, there had been a lot of talk on that block about the man that they were looking for. And as you saw, Detroit Police Chief Todd Bettison announced that they have arrested a suspect in connection with those brutal beating deaths of 3 elderly men in that home on Etzel Street in Southwest Detroit. Now, this all began as a missing person call that came in around 12:45 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. When officers from the 4th Precinct arrived, a man came up to them and said he'd been beaten with a hammer. When the police entered the home, they made the horrific discovery that 3 men, 66-year-old Norman Hamlin, 72-year-old William Barrett, and 65-year-old Mike Barnett, were all found brutally beaten to death in the basement. Each appeared to have been beaten with a hammer and stabbed. Now, the men's bodies were also covered in dirty clothes. A third was wrapped in a carpet. Hamlin was the homeowner, and the 3 men did have lengthy rap sheets, and neighbors had even said the home had become a hotspot for drug activity over the last year. Now, Bettison says that the suspect was caught on the 1400 block of West Verner on Thursday evening and that there's currently no danger to the public.
We were also able to locate a vehicle that we were looking for in connection with the incident near the suspect's address, near the address of the suspect's home. Inside the vehicle, we found evidence that we believe is connected with these homicides. We are working to submit the investigators' report to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. As we continue our investigation, we believe that this is an isolated incident.
Now, Bettison did not explain what connection the man may have had to the 3 victims. They also did not note whether any drug activity was involved. The chief also didn't name the suspect because he has yet to be formally charged, but that decision should be coming soon from the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. We're live in the newsroom. I'm Jay Scott Smith for Local 4. Let's go back to the studio with Desmond and Kim.
Okay, Jay, keep us posted. Thank you for that update. Our other top story tonight, live pictures of the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. Justices delivering a huge blow to President Trump's tariffs, deciding most of them are unconstitutional. The decision came on a vote of 6-3 late this afternoon. The president reacted to the news, and he did not mince words. Listen.
The Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing, and I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country.
The president also vowed to find a workaround to get those tariffs back in place.
Meantime, there's a whole lot of questions about the impact this ruling will have on all of us. Let's get out to our Khalil Maycock. He's live tonight. So, Khalil, you spent the day working through all of this. Help boil it all down for us.
Yeah, so I spent the day trying to figure out how this will impact people, what this will mean for you and your wallets when you try to walk into a store like that and buy groceries. To get that answer, I spoke with a local political science professor, and he says it doesn't seem like this will affect your wallet that much. My first stop to figuring out what the Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs means for you led me to grocery stores to figure out how much their products have increased since the tariffs took effect. The manager of Honeybee Market says when the tariffs went into effect last year, they didn't see much of a difference in the price of their products. Now, he said things did fluctuate, but that's based on supply and demand. While the manager of Prince Valley Market says that she noticed a difference in their prices. She says their limes and avocados that were imported from Mexico went up. So did their meat imported from Canada. She also let me go inside and speak to some of her customers to ask them what their grocery prices looked like this past year.
You have to prioritize certain items when you go to the grocery store. Last year, my wife and I on average would see our bill like at about, I would say like $180, maybe like $160 we were spending every 10 days per se. Now I would say that's increased to like roughly about $40 to $50 on average now.
So to figure out if this ruling means Detroit area shoppers will pay less when they go to stores like this, I turned to a political science professor at Oakland University.
This idea that this is going to have an immediate effect on the prices people pay or the prospects that they're going to receive some kind of rebate check, I think all of that is unlikely. I mean, the reality is that once prices are up, prices stay up.
However, he says with these tariffs lifted, inflation could cool down. And we reached out to the regional chamber for comment on this topic. They sent a statement that says in part, the decision released this morning from the Supreme Court striking down the use of International Emergency Economic Power Acts correctly recognizes the law was misapplied when targeting our friendly trading partners in North America and elsewhere. Reporting live in Detroit, Khalil Maycock, Local 4.
Okay, Khalil, thank you for your reporting. And if you want to read more into the court's decision, just snap the QR code at the bottom of your screen. It'll take you to our full breakdown, including how the justices voted and key takeaways from the dissenting justices.
Right now, Desmond Burks, the man who pleaded guilty to killing Dr. Devon Hoover and another man in a road rage incident, is heading to prison for decades. But he still claims he's not a killer. Now, Burks was sentenced to 35 to 60 years for the murder of the Detroit neurosurgeon, Dr. Devon Hoover, and 10 to 15 years for a deadly road rage attack that killed 67-year-old Rita Salah of Dearborn. In court, Burks said just because he took the plea doesn't mean he did it. The judge pushed back, calling him a murderer and criticizing him for smirking during emotional statements from both families.
Detroit Police Chief Todd Bettison is changing course after the Board of Police Commissioners voted to suspend 2 officers who called U.S. Border Patrol for help during 2 separate traffic stops. That's a violation of department policy. The chief says he will no longer be seeking to terminate them.
I am satisfied with the board's decision, and I will not be pursuing termination of these 2 officers. This incident should make it clear, however, that I, as chief, will continue to vigorously enforce DPD policies.
Those officers will be suspended for 30 days without pay.
All right, now let's check in on the weather, and we have some changes coming in with the high wind we're experiencing. You're looking at live pictures right now from our Windsor sky cam as the rain finally starts moving out. All right, so right now temperatures are dropping, and you know it's happening fast.
I know, so let's get over to forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams. Kim, you've got your eye on the potential for some snow as well.
Yeah, we've already got some snowflakes out there, and you know it's never a good sign when you see white caps on the Detroit River. So we do have high winds. We'll check the winds in a moment, but right now we are focused on a few light snow flurries and then a little bit of a rain-snow mix out in Novi and Northville. But let's start here on the blue. That is the very, very light snow. It's not affecting the roads or anything like that, but you'll see a couple flakes. Some of this not even reaching the ground, but a couple flakes in Hamtramck over to Harper Woods, and then we'll expand back out again here for you. And it's really Novi, Northville that have a couple of those wet snowflakes, possibly even just some rain out there. It's kind of, we're on the border with the temperatures. But let's talk briefly, though, about the wind gusts, because we are still under a wind advisory until 9 o'clock tonight. So right now, winds are gusting at Metro Airport at 43 miles per hour and about 30 to 35 in most places. Monroe, you just had a wind gust of 39 miles per hour. Winds are shifting around, coming out of the southwest this afternoon, but we'll get some northerly winds that are going to bring in some colder air this weekend and some snow that's going to stick. We'll talk about how much coming up.
All right, men's hockey is getting closer to a rivalry gold medal matchup against Canada. Team USA is back on the ice right now in a semifinal game against Slovakia, and fans are glued to the TV screen. The win pushes them straight into that gold medal game against Canada. A loss means they'll have to fight for bronze. And I don't think we want to give any spoiler alerts, do we? It's the third period, and Team USA is in the lead. We'll keep you posted on how it ends.
All right, staying on the ice right now, you know, figure skater Alyssa Liu is reliving her epic gold medal victory. It's the first for Team USA in over 2 decades. Ty Steele caught up with Liu and her teammate, who says their work is not over yet.
History in Milan. Alyssa Liu becomes the first American woman in 24 years to win Olympic gold in figure skating. I caught up with Liu a day after her gold medal performance on the ice, as well as Amber Glenn after her 5th place finish.
Congratulations to both of you. What a night of skating last night.
We got to start with you, Alyssa.
Yeah.
The first gold medal for female figure skating in 24 years. How does it feel?
I mean, I'm just really happy with my performance yesterday. I wish I was still in that arena. The vibes were up.
You were incredible. And resilience, Amber. I mean, you skated one of the best performances of your life last night. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a redemption skate for sure, and I'm just glad I got to have my Olympic moment out there.
And Alyssa, for everybody watching out there, all the young skaters that see a 20-year-old at the peak of the career with so much more ahead of you, what's your advice to all the young skaters out there?
I would say, like, rest, take breaks, and try other things. I don't know, explore.
You did such a good job supporting your teammates, even after you didn't get exactly what you wanted to get. What do you say about team spirit?
That's what it's all about. It's a sisterhood, and we are in such a elite level of competition that we're the only ones that really get it. So instead of just being competitors, we're able to support each other, and I think that's why we have such a great team.
You would think that these ladies would get a chance to take a breather, take a break after their amazing performance here in Milan on Olympic ice, but they both say they've got work to do. They will be back training again in just 24 hours. Coming to you from Milan, I'm Ty Steele, Local 4.
All right, Ty, and tonight on the Olympic Zone, snowboarder Jake Vetter will join us in studio to talk about his experience in this year's games, what it was like competing in Milan Cortina, and even meeting Snoop Dogg. That's ahead at 7:30.
Well, with just 3 days left in the Olympics, the host city of Cortina is dealing with a unique problem. There's too much snow. Heavy snow fell Thursday, causing traffic problems in the alpine town. By early Friday, municipal crews were out clearing roads and walkways. The good news, all downhill skiing events were already finished, so the snow didn't impact the remaining bobsled events. The games wrap up Sunday night.